Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque in the French 2nd Division Ligue 2. We are 6 games into the season, and as you can tell from the league table, we're doing alright for ourselves. 6th place in the table, 4 wins, 2 defeats. Before we get into that, and before we talk about the financial situation on the right hand side, ignore it, just ignore that. Before we get into it, there's been a few more transfers that have taken place. First up, let's talk about the outs, and there's only one more who has left the club, I believe. I'm not quite sure when the last episode was, so in terms of timing, I believe it's only Bryce Hosanna who has left the club on loan to Arras FC, which isn't the best club for him to go on loan to, because they don't play football matches. You'll see down here, so far he's played 0 games for them. He's played 1 in the cup, got an assist. They don't play in a league as far as I'm aware, but he's gone out on loan for the entire season. I think we are paying all of his wages though. Welcome to the club, Rodrigue Ella, who is a 22-year-old Cameroonian central defender, 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, formerly of Seattle. I think Ella, or Ellie, maybe, I don't know, looks like a ridiculously good signing. I think he is going to probably walk into our first team. He's already played 1 game off the bench. That was basically him trying to get match fitness up. I think probably today he might start a couple of games. On deadline day, we poached a little youth player from SAG Cestas, Florian Suhr, 15 years old. He's a right back and a left back, but he's only right foot, so he's a right back. He's got 1-star current ability, 4-star potential. I don't really know why we signed him. Basically, and I'm sure I've explained this countless times before, I get my director of football to just find me players. He costs literally nothing. He's getting paid £50 a week and he's got 4-star potential. I kind of thought, you know what, let's go for it, let's jump in. And the final signing might walk straight into the first team. It is Dylan Silva, a French goalkeeper, 21 years old, on loan from Benfica until the end of the season. We're not paying a single penny for him. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Arguably is our best goalkeeper. He's a natural sweeper keeper as well, which, as you do know, I assume you know, we do play a sweeper keeper. So him being natural sweeper keeper is very useful. He might become our number 1 keeper for the season. So that's all the transfer business. The other signing that might have, our loan deal, that might have taken place is Nicolas Brunel to AC Amiens. Not quite sure. I feel like you probably know about that one. So after our very nervous but victorious start to the season, we went away to Laval and we won this one 2-0. Gideon Waha, or Waja, I want to say Waha. Waha sounds like it sounds better. I don't know. Is that just me? Andy Faustin as well with a goal. Boubacar Silla gets himself sent off in the 71st minute, but 3 very good points against a pretty decent Laval side. Also, I think that Waja goal, or Waha goal, I just said he's pronounced Waha, I think that goal was ridiculous. Yeah, it was a pretty decent free kick, wasn't it? Next up was our first defeat of the season, up against Metz. It was a match where we probably should have won, just Metz took their chances, or took their chance when it fell to them. It was 1-0. It was at Farid Boyala, Boylaya, maybe? I don't know, but defensively you can see the numbers there from Metz. 7.2s and 7.3s across the board. They just defended a lot better than us, basically. We also had a cup game in a competition that we haven't played in ever as far as I'm aware. The Coupe de la France, or Coupe de la Ligue, sorry, not Coupe de la France, Coupe de la Ligue. It is essentially the League Cup for Ligue 1 and Ligue 2. We've finally entered this competition. The match itself ended in a 2-2 draw with Châteauroux, Hebert and Giovanni Chuacha with the goals for us, Uman Tunkara and Samuel Genti with the goals for Châteauroux, but in the penalty shootout, Faustin, Hebert, Waha, Toussaint and Huysman with the goals for us. It was a save from Hilal Kanute, our third choice goalkeeper? Second choice goalkeeper? Anyway, he saved the decisive penalty, setting up a second round tie. Back in the league and back in the victories, this time up against Niort. We win this one 2-0. Andy Faustin from the penalty spot on 23 minutes. Then once again on the 77th minute, it was a saved penalty from Axel Maraval. It was Syracuse, maybe? Louvion who took the penalty, and Maraval made a great save, and it is a very good 3 away points. This was followed up by a second defeat of the season, and it was a game where we threw it away. It was a very boring game up until the 74th minute when Alan Varral finally scored a goal. Then Andy Kawaya, maybe, scores on the 89th minute, and then a 93-minute winner from Gaston Camara. It was literally the last kick of the game. Ajaccio managed to win this one 2-1. Coupe de la Ligue round 2 this time, and we are up against Paris FC. On the night, it was a 1-1 draw. Sambu Sissoko and Dimitri C with the goals for us and Paris into the penalty shootout, and we win this one thanks to basically a goalkeeping masterclass. He saved 3 penalties, Axel Maraval did. Faustin, Asbagou and Hebert with the goals for us. Buriad misses his penalty. Pavlovic and Vinicius score. Paro, Breber and C all have their penalty saves. We've set up a third round tie, but I don't think it's been drawn yet. And the final match in between episodes was against Valenciennes, and somehow we managed to squeak through this one 4-3. An Alain Viral hat-trick, 10, 32 and 54 minutes. Andy Faustin also getting on the score sheet as well. Anacent Badi, Florian Raspentino and Steve Ambry with the goals for Valenciennes. They were the better side, but we still managed to score 4 goals, and 3 of them came from Alain Viral, who can't hit a barn door. Yeah, the Coupe de la Ligue third round, we haven't had the draw yet, and it's not taking place for another 2 months. So yeah, we might find out who we're playing today, we might not. Because of those results, the league is pretty good reading for us. We've got 12 points after 6 games. I've done a little bit of prep. I say preparation. It's not preparation at all. I've gone back a few years and I've seen 40 points, much like the Premier League. That's your target. 40 points is kind of your target, maybe a little bit more depending on how bad the teams below are. But yeah, 40 points is what we're after in our first season. We are already over a quarter of the way there after just 6 games. So I think so far, things are going well. It could, however, all change after today's episode, because first up in League 2 is going to be Auxerre, a team currently sat second place in the table, and that is going to be followed by the team that are currently sat top of the table, Clermont Foot. So, if we can pick up 1 point from today's episode, I will be happy. If we can get a victory against either of those 2 sides, I will be over the moon. If we can beat them both, I may as well stop playing Football Manager right now, because it's never going to get any better. It has not taken too long for the team to basically pick itself. So, Axel Maraval will be the goalkeeper. Alexis Calant is in for the suspended Boubacar Silla. Lucas Toussaint and Jeremy Heisman are the 2 central defenders, with Giovanni Chihuahua as the left-back. Hebert is going to be playing as a defensive midfielder, which I believe he's done for the last couple of games. Sissoko and Waha are going to be the 2 central midfielders, with Wallace just in front of them. Viral and Faustin are our 2 strikers today. You can see on the bench there, Callan Damesi, a player who started off our season exceptionally well. He got injured. He got injured for most of the games in between episodes. He hasn't come back yet, I believe. Let's have a quick look. If we go reports and form. Yeah, so he played against Grenoble Foot and then got injured. So, yeah, he might play. He might play against Auxerre. We're not quite sure yet. Just realised as well I need to rearrange my subs bench because I want Rodrigue Ellie on there. Ellie's good. He just needs a bit of match fitness. This is going to be a very, very difficult match against a very good team. I believe Auxerre probably got relegated in the first season and maybe haven't really found the form, although at the moment, like I said, they're second place in the table. So maybe they are starting to rebuild and they're looking to get back into Ligue 1 in this season. 2.5 minutes on the clock, and the first highlight, Chihuahua to Wallace, the Brazilian, Faustin. Wallace again, Chihuahua's behind him if he wants. Hebert, Waha runs across Viral to Calant, the player who's basically a rotation, and Andy Faustin has put the ball in the back of the net. 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock, and we are leading away from home against a very good Auxerre team. That was definitely unexpected. With that goal as well, we've moved to the top of the table because everyone else around us haven't really done anything so far. Le Havre winning, great. Half an hour on the clock, and the only highlight has been that goal until now. Chihuahua to Waha, back to Chihuahua. It's looking very similar. Faustin with the ball. He's going to have to go back. No, he doesn't. Little back heel to Giovanni Chihuahua. Waha, Sissoko, loads of space, takes a few touches, puts it in the bottom corner. And what a finish that is from Sambu Sissoko. We are 2-0 up against Auxerre. I'm in a dream world. I'm living in a dream world. Free kick for Auxerre towards the penalty spot. It's cleared, but it's going to come back in. Soup Ryan, what a great name that is. Diallo goes for goal. He's hit the bar, and that's not a penalty, which I'm very happy with. It's coming back towards us, but that's going to end the highlight. Who is this man? I want to find him. Hold on. No, we've got a highlight. We'll watch the highlight. We'll find him at half-time. Chihuahua with a throw. Finds Faustin. Is it going to be 3? Chihuahua crosses in. Not the best. Waha gets the ball. Curls it in, and what a finish that is. Gideon Waha, with his second of the season, scores another screamer. I'm just sat here with a very smug face on at the moment. We've had 3 shots on target. They've all gone in. We have been dominating Auxerre. And long may it continue, I hope. While we're here, I just want to take a look at Super Iron. Super Iron looks pretty good. Probably too good for us. Second half then. And if we can just keep this going, I will be a very happy USL Dunkerque manager. We've moved up to 3rd place in the table. Clermont Foot, by the looks of it, must be winning their game as well, but maybe later on in the episode, if we can do them like we've done Auxerre, we could go top of the table. Diallo with a free kick hits the post and goes wide. Substitution time. Demessi's going to come on for Viral. We're going to hopefully get some little bit of match fitness into Demessi. I don't really want to change too much else. Maybe we'll do Utkas for Wallace as well, because Wallace, he's only on a 7.0. That's awful for us at the moment. Corner for Chuacha towards it's Hebert. It's Hebert who's gone for goal. I don't know where that was towards, but it was towards Hebert and he said it over. Soon we are going to shut up shop, I think. We're probably going to go maybe 85 minutes. We're going to go 5 at the back. We're going to bring on Rodriguez. Here we go. We're going to bring off Andy Faustin because Faustin, he's got his goal. That's all he needs. Ellie on for Faustin. Bosch, that will do. Well, I don't know why I haven't bothered to move the striker over, but Demessi can play up there slightly on the right-hand side. We've got 20 seconds to play, and if we don't concede here, this is probably the best result we've ever had as a football club in any Football Manager 19 save. This is ridiculous. Super Iron's running forward with the ball. Diallo gets it. The full-time whistle goes. We've just beaten Auxerre 3-0 away from home. That is a massive result. So we've moved up to 3rd place. We are 1 point behind 2nd place Le Havre. We are 3 points behind top of the table Clermont Foot. But today, in the next match, not today. Today's the 11th of September. In the next match, we will be playing against Clermont Foot, where hopefully, if we win, and if we win by 1 goal, we will be joint on goal difference. So if we win 2-0, we will go top of the table, unless Le Havre win as well. I've just remembered something. And I was going to talk about it at the start of the episode, and then I just completely ignored it. Finances. So, as you can clearly see that it's not going well. I think in the last episode I did mention that we will be getting sort of 3.67 something like that million over the course of the year for TV revenue. So we should be fine financially. The bit that's concerning is the wage budget over here. We are £20,000, or 20, if you want to be more precise, about £22,000 over our wage budget, which is a lot considering our wage budget is only £40,000. I desperately tried to trim this down. My reserve team has quite a few players in it that are earning quite a lot of money. The first team has quite a few players in it that are earning quite a lot of money. Problem is, nobody wanted to buy any of them. To put it into context, this is my reserve team. We've got Marcio, the player who I can't register because he's Brazilian and we're only allowed 2 foreign players, and it's Hebert and it's Wallace, so Marcio isn't registered for the team. He is getting paid £2,100 a week. You've got Hosanna, Kura and Brunel all out on loan getting paid relatively large sums of money. Hosanna getting paid a lot of money. Then you've got Udar, Perrin, Bewley, Mendy, Kandus, Taibi. They've all been transfer listed. They're all earning, they're not huge amounts of money, but they add up. If you think 600s, there's a couple of 600s, 625, 650, 675, 750. I did a little bit of maths before. I added it all up. It was about £12,000 for all the various fringe players that are in my team. So that's a huge amount of money right there. And then I went to the first team, and I realised that there's a lot of people in the first team as well getting paid stupid amounts of money. Edgar's Utkas is getting paid £2,700 a week, which, I mean, he's good. He's definitely good at football, but I think that's too much money. This is why I was trying to loan him out. I didn't want to sell him because I feel like selling him is probably a bad idea, but he's getting paid a lot of money. Maraval, Toussaint, Ellie as well on 2,100. You go all the way down to Fekir here. Everyone's on 2,100 or above. Another thing that I've spotted, and you're going to love this one because when I found out, I nearly cried a little bit. Nzuzi Mata, Makon, Kalant, Babatore and Ado Asbagu, they're all part-time. They're all part-time footballers, and I'll use Kevin and Nzuzi Mata as an example. If I offer him a new contract, try and make him full-time, he has to get paid £1,900 a week. So basically, I'm not going to make you full-time, Kevin, I'm sorry. So basically what I've decided and what I've worked out is what we're going to try and do this season, we're going to do what Leeds did and failed miserably, is we are going to go big. We are going to spend way, way too much money and hope to hell that we can fight our way through it. If we stay in this division, I think next season we'll have a wage budget of around £60,000. Actually, can you see it there? I don't know. Does it not give me a prediction? Okay, and like I said, I think if we get to next season, I think we'll have a wage budget of around 60k anyway. So I'm hoping that we just kind of slowly creep our way through the season, not spending too much more money than we have to. Maybe in January as well, some of the players, the high-earning players who are sat in the reserves, will end up leaving the club as well. Maybe some might just go on loan. Just try and save money anywhere we possibly can. Already this season, we are doing better financially than last season anyway. So last season we were kind of losing £170,000 a month kind of thing. So far this season it's about £75,000. Like I said, if we can trim off a little bit, just maybe drop it down to 50k, we might suddenly make a profit every month. Right, now that's out of the way, let's go forward to the next match against Clermont Foot. Or not, the Coupe de la Ligue draw is taking place. I think this might be, I was going to say, this might be where the big teams come in. It isn't. When did the big teams come in? I'm extremely confused. So the first round and second round seem to make sense. And then the third round, more teams turn up. And I guess the fourth round, probably more teams turn up as well. Anyway, right, let's draw this then. There's no one massive. We've got a means. Okay, that's winnable. I think that's winnable. Have they ping pong around? They've been up in, I mean, they were down in the Championnat de France Nationale with us not too long ago, so they're jumping up and down the table. I think that's a winnable match. I don't know whether we get a huge amount of money for this tournament. Let's just draw the rest of them. Look at those. Look at all those exciting matches that we're never going to see. Do we get any money? We get £346,000 for losing. This is suddenly getting interesting. The fourth round, £500,000. If we get to the quarterfinal, oh, big numbers. If we get to the final and win, it's a long way away, and it's not likely to happen. We get £2.5 million. Now it is time for the Clermont Foot match. The team currently sat on top of the table. We are 11-5 on. We're not 11-5 on. We are 11-5 favourites to win this match. So yeah, the betting definitely seems to be with Clermont Foot, but I assume the betting for the Auxerre game also was with Auxerre. So don't count us out just yet. The starting lineup then is the same as the last match, bar 2 changes. So, Axel Maraval in goal. Boubacar Sylla returns from his suspension at right back. Toussaint, Huysman and Chouacha are the rest of the back 4. Hebert, Sissoko, Waha and Edgaras Utkas is going to be starting today as that advanced playmaker. Alan Varel and Andy Faustin are the 2 strikers. It's getting closer to the point of where Kalen Damesi is going to start games again ahead of Varel. Varel, yes, he scored 4 goals. 3 of them were in one match. He's not been particularly great so far this season. Now, something has happened to our stadium. Another thing that I completely forgot to mention. You'll notice we've got another stand. It was never built. No plans were ever drawn up, but they've built another stand. We've now got a 5,000 capacity stadium. We've never played in our stadium at 5,000 capacity, so this is a new experience for you as it is for me, but I don't understand how we weren't even building it. There was not even any animations or anything, or not animations, graphics, but look, we've got stands on either side. This is something new and something that never happened. 32 seconds on the clock, and there's already a highlight. Waha with the ball, plays it inside to Hebert, the Brazilian, back to Utkas, the Lithuanian. Hebert across, finds Boubacar Sylla, controls it well, crosses in, it's cleared. Sissoko, go for goal, son, he's gone for a screamer again. Faustin cannot get the rebound. I think that's quite a positive start, although nothing's happening now since that highlight. Maraval with the goal kick finds Toussaint. Toussaint plays it forward to Sissoko. Sylla now runs forward. He's inside the opposition half. He's got no real support. He's going to have to play it backwards. Viral across to Utkas. All the way across to Giovanni Chouacha. 2 in the box. If there's going to be someone there, it's Faustin. And he's hit the top of the bar. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. Maraval with a free kick again for us. Huysman now on this left-hand side forward to Gideon Waha. Runs forward, finds Chouacha. Waha kept his run going. Chouacha inside. Waha does get the ball, goes round his man, takes a few touches, tries to curl it in once again and hits it just wide. half an hour played, and we have so far limited them to 0 shots. However, we've had 5 shots and not actually managed to get one on target. Silla, ball all the way across to Chiracha, controls it. Is he going to cross it in? He does. It's saved, and Boubacar Silla on the volley has made it 1-0, 32 minutes on the clock. We will move to the top of the table, assuming that, is it Le Havre, aren't winning their game, I think. What a finish this was from the right back as well. That is special. Top of the table, lovely to see. Now, let's just hope we don't throw this away. Chiracha with a free kick, goes for goal, and Giovanni Chiracha has put that on a postage stamp. 43 minutes, 2-0 up against the league leaders, and that is an exceptional free kick. That is Beckham-esque with his left foot. Half-time then at the expanded Stade Marcel Tribut. We are 2-0 up against former league leaders, because we're the league leaders now, Clermont Foot. Let's hope that we can keep this going. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting this one bit. What was that for a kickoff as well? That was awful. I've just seen who they've got up front. It's André-Pierre Gignac. He's a very good footballer. Yes, he's 34 now. But he's a very, very good footballer to be playing in Ligue 2. The second half has been nice and quiet, and I'm completely fine with that. Chiracha suffered a tight calf. I'm hoping that is not going to trouble him too much. Ball into the area. Jorginho goes for goal. That can't be... I just need to check. That's not like a really good Jorginho, is it? I mean, he's not terrible. He's not amazing, though. For some reason, I thought that was the one who plays for Chelsea. Right, 72.5 minutes on the clock. Viral off, De Messi on once again. Utkas off. This time, we're going to give Yacine Fekir a run out. And we're probably going to do our usual 85th minute substitution of the other striker and go 5 at the back. Faustin is moving into defence. Faustin is then coming off for Rodrigue Ella. We're going to move you to the middle. We'll just stick you like that. That should be fine. And hopefully, not only are we going to beat the teams that were first and second at the start of the episode, we might beat them both with a clean sheet. Waha to Hebert. Hebert across to Chiracha. Is it going to be 3? Can we beat them both 3-0? Boubacar Silla controls it, crosses in, takes a deflection. Silla is hopefully going to get there first and does. Where is he going to go though? Inside, finds Fekir. Fekir to Hebert. Waha takes a few touches, takes it round his man, goes for goal. It's taken a deflection. I've just seen that Waha is a tiny, tiny human. Jorginho with the ball, plays it forward, all the way across. That's a great ball, actually. Crosses in. Chiracha can head clear. Not the best clearance. And Pohojo maybe makes it 2-1. There is 2 minutes or so to play. Let's just don't have any more chances. Just 5 minutes of injury time. Let's hopefully it just disappears. It has disappeared. There's 5 seconds to play. Giovanni Chiracha with a throw. Referee blow the whistle. And we have potentially picked up 6 points from 6 against the top 2 sides in the table. There it is. That is an insane pair of results. We've lost 2 games out of 8 in our debut season in League 2. That is flippin' ridiculous. When is it too soon to talk about getting promoted? I know we're only 8 games in, but what is there, 36 matches in the overall competition? 38 matches in the overall competition? So, let's be realistic here. We're not even a quarter of the way through, are we? We're about a quarter of the way through. I can't do maths. Leave me alone. Anyway, we're doing a lot better than we should be doing. We are on par with the league leaders. We are sat on top of the table. Our goal difference is we are purely ahead of them because we have beaten them. That is how that is working right now. I am in shock. Just going to leave that on the screen. Dunkerque go top of League 2. That is something I wasn't expecting to see in our first season, let alone 8 games into our first season. Well, that is going to do it then for this episode. Next episode, let's try and take a rough stab in the dark of where we're going to go. Is it going to be Tours and Sochaux? Possibly. It might be Tours and Sochaux. We do still have that winter break. So yeah, we're going to do Tours and Sochaux, possibly, and then Châteauroux and Laval just before Christmas. And then obviously we'll head off into the transfer window where hopefully all we'll do is sell some people because we seem to have a very good team at the moment. And a lot of people earning way too much money, so hopefully some players will leave. But that's a long way away. That's 2 more episodes away. So, yep, up next is going to be Tours and Sochaux. I think that's not going to be an easy set of fixtures either. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.